Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:52, time to get you ready to take on your Friday with the Morning Sprint.
Mark Peterson tracking afternoon wet weather to send us into the weekend.
And Nikki Torres in studio to talk about another protest scheduled this weekend where thousands are expressing interest online that they'll attend.
The protest is scheduled for this Sunday. As of this morning, it already has more than 1,000 people listed as going, and another 2,000 people say they are interested in attending. According to that event page, this is a peaceful protest that is scheduled from 2 to 7. Event organizers listed are Student Strike Spokane and Occupy Spokane, who also helped organize the protest from last weekend. Organizers say this rally is to demand change. They want legislative action to prevent unjust police violence against Black people. Sunday's event does not list a specific meeting location in Spokane, though previous rallies and protests have been taking place at the Red Wagon in downtown. We will be at that protest and will provide you all of the updates, and you can always find that on KXLY.com for the latest.
Well, an arrest made by Spokane police officers in March is under investigation this morning. A witness took a photo which shows an officer with his knee on the suspect's neck. SPD is now showing us the body cam videos. In this video, a park ranger calls for backup as he's struggling with a man in Riverfront Park. As Spokane police officers try to control the man and get him in handcuffs, a woman behind them takes this picture.
It's been making rounds on social media, and last week it was sent to Police Chief Craig Meidel and Spokane City Council members, along with the complaint, which automatically triggered an internal investigation. The man asked the officer to move his knee. The officer pivots, but the knee is still on the man's neck. 44 seconds after he is brought to the ground, the man says he can't breathe.
Damn it.
Drop the jacket over there.
I can't breathe.
You're fine. You can breathe. You're still talking to me.
A spokeswoman for the police department says this is an example of prone cuffing, where officers apply pressure with their knee or shin to the back, shoulder, and neck area. SPD says it is a commonly used and approved arrest tactic to hold and restrain a suspect until they're in cuffs. The man arrested did not need medical attention. The department will decide if any action will be taken against the officers once the investigation is wrapped up. You can see the videos for yourself on KXLY.com.
Breaking news out of Alabama this morning. 7 people were killed in an overnight shooting. The names of those killed have not been released. Officials say they found those people inside a burning house. Police say they're still investigating right now, but that there is no threat to the public.
All right, good morning, everybody. In our first alert weather, we're going to continue to see the cloud cover. We're going to see the chance of sprinkles, and we're expecting to see evening or afternoon evening showers really prevalent through our area. This is about 3 o'clock. We see that all the way through into tonight, into Saturday morning. Our highs today are going to be 72 degrees. And the Salvation Army just dropped off these. It's National Donut Day, and I'll share. The original was 1938. These are newer.
Hopefully.
We are just learning the country added 2.5 million jobs in May. The jobless rate declined to 13.3%. That's much better than experts expected. Economists initially predicted it would drop nearly 20%. And here's a live look at the Dow this morning. Actually, we're not going to take that, but the Dow propped up big time this morning.
That's right. Eastern Washington University says nearly 400 positions will be impacted by a massive loss in funding. The state of Washington has told all state agencies to plan for a 15% reduction in state funding. Eastern is already making cuts because of declining enrollment, and then the pandemic hit. For EWU, that's about $10 million. Add that to an expected $12 million loss this fall with fewer students living and eating on campus. The 400 positions are classified and exempt. Not faculty. That includes things like support staff, custodians, and other positions. Some of them will be laid off. Others could see a reduction in work hours. It represents nearly a quarter of Eastern's employees.
JCPenney's closing more than 150 stores around the country, and 2 in North Idaho will be among the first to go. The stores at the Lewiston Shopping Center in Lewiston and the Bonner Mall in Ponderay will both close. The closings will begin after JCPenney's bankruptcy hearing June 11th. No Washington stores are in the first round of closings.
Thousands of students in Spokane are hitting a major milestone this weekend. Graduation is here, but this year it looks much different. Instead of traditional ceremonies, many high schools will be hosting drive-through celebrations like we showed you earlier this week in Meade. Here's a look at this weekend's events. North Central, Rogers, and Ferris will all hold their graduations tomorrow. Lewis and Clark and Shadles will both be held on Sunday.
Coming up on Good Morning America, new fallout from the comments made by Drew Brees about taking a knee during the national anthem. More players now demanding change from the NFL, including the right to protest, as Breeze apologizes for a second time. All right, we'll get a final check of the weather with Mark Peterson coming up right after this. Don't go away.